Juste une cuillerée de sucre et de faire descendre de la médecin. Faire descendre de la médecin. Faire descendre de la médecin. Juste une cuillerée de sucre et de faire descendre de la médecin. D'une manière les plus agréable. You may have recognized that song from Mary Poppins called A Spoonful of Sugar. I was singing the song in French without instruments so as to throw the copyright infringement police off the scent. If this doesn't work, I'll have to sing it in Pig Latin. Where was I? Oh, yes. Hi, I'm Jeanne, and you just saw my cat, Betty. Now, normally I don't stoop so low as to use adorable kittens to get hits on YouTube, but these aren't normal times that we live in. That Spoonful of Sugar song was written before high fructose corn syrup was invented, in the term supersize was not an actual size. In 1980, I was working as a food scientist when I first saw some golden liquid being poured into a vat. I asked what it was, and they said, that is high fructose corn syrup. Now, I remember saying something like, you're putting Karo syrup in salad dressing? Little did I know that decades later it would be in just about everything. In the late 80s, I was working as a dietitian in a local hospital at a time when physicians didn't have to take a single nutrition course. It was widely assumed that there wasn't a single ailment that couldn't be cured with a little green jello, and of course a $50,000 open heart surgery. On any given day, I would see 4 or 5 diabetic patients who were admitted for amputations due to their diabetes. As we all know, it has become a huge problem. We are now looking at, if you include the undiagnosed, almost 50 million diabetics in this country. So we all know that something needs to change. As a dietitian, I work the cardiac floor, the CCU, and the stroke floor, in addition to patients with eating disorders. And these diseases all were related to diet. Yet the dietitian was the only professional in the hospital that was not reimbursed by insurance. Around that time, I saw my first 600-pound patient. They actually had to break down his doorway to get him to the hospital, and that was in the late 80s. Now, 2 out of 3 Americans are overweight, and diabetes rates continue to climb. Okay, that's the bad news, but here's the good news. I believe that we can make dramatic change for the better when it is important to us. I believe that any improvement in our health, either individually or as a group, is possible if we want it badly enough. But we don't have to do it alone. The latest research in positive psychology states that if we make changes to our diet and keep those changes for 2 or 3 months, then they will become eating habits. The 2 ingredients that we need are the desire to change and a motivation to make that change possible. There are 2 types of therapy that are sprouting up for people who want to make change and need the support. There is individual counseling in nutrition and lifestyle, and there is group support. Diabetes Free America is a new organization that is gaining momentum. People come together weekly in a social group, and they learn a 3-phase diet plan to help them normalize their blood sugar. They also get tips on how to shop better, tips for eating out in restaurants, and suggestions on how to reduce the stress in their life. Whether you go individual or with group support, there are many ways that we can make foods enjoyable and healthy at the same time. To find out more about Diabetes Free America, we will provide you with a link in the next segment. And remember, you physically are what you eat, but you also think what you eat and you feel what you eat. And as Martha Stewart would say, that's a good thing. Bye for now.